What if I told you that the Mafia never left Las Vegas? They just bought new real estate in Dubai. The same hands that built the neon paradise of Sin City are now flipping skyscrapers halfway across the world. But this isn't just about casinos and construction. This is about power, global, untouchable, and built on dirty money. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear connects old school mob bosses to billion-dollar developments in the Middle East. Subscribe if you want the truth no one dares to say out loud, and let's pull back the curtain on how the Mafia went global. When Las Vegas was built in the desert, it wasn't just by dreamers. It was built by gangsters, men like Bugsy Siegel, Meyer Lansky, and the Chicago Outfit. They didn't just build casinos, they built a system where money flowed, politicians smiled, and nobody asked where the cash came from. Vegas was the blueprint, a city that turned crime into business and business into respectability. But by the 1990s, the American Mafia was under pressure. FBI crackdowns, RICO laws, surveillance. The golden age of the mob was fading. So the question became, how do you stay in business when the government owns the casino tables? The answer was simple. You take the game somewhere the rules don't exist. Enter Dubai, a city rising from the sand, funded by oil, ambition, and a promise. No questions asked. In the early 2000s, as the US tightened its financial regulations, billions of dollars started flowing east. Anonymous shell companies, luxury condos, and foreign investment funds became the new laundromats. And behind some of these corporations, hidden deep in offshore registries, were familiar names, old Italian surnames, the kind of names that built Vegas, owned the Teamsters, and financed casinos through fake construction deals. Dubai offered what Las Vegas couldn't anymore: silence, no income tax, no extradition treaties, and a booming market for money with no paper trail. Criminal money, political money, and corporate money all mixed together in one glittering skyline. And the Mafia, always the first to see opportunity, adapted perfectly. Through shell corporations and investment trusts, mob-linked financiers began pouring money into Dubai's construction boom. Luxury towers, beachfront hotels, even entire islands all became vehicles for washing billions. You see, money laundering isn't about hiding cash in a suitcase. It's about turning that cash into something respectable, something that earns interest, builds value, and hides the crime in plain sight. By 2010, FBI analysts noticed a pattern. The same financial intermediaries once tied to Vegas casinos were now connected to Dubai real estate. Old Mafia front companies, cleaned up and rebranded, were suddenly investing in foreign development funds. And these funds were buying land in Dubai, often at inflated prices, then flipping it within months. The profits? Declared as legitimate returns. The origin of the money? Lost in translation. But Dubai wasn't the only safe haven. The global real estate network extended to London, Singapore, and even Miami, all connected by offshore trusts in the Cayman Islands. It was a global empire without borders. And at the center of it all were the same principles that ran Las Vegas in the 1950s: loyalty, silence, and money. A man once said, "The world is yours if you can buy it." For the modern Mafia, that wasn't a metaphor. They stopped shooting in the streets and started signing in boardrooms. The gun was replaced by the contract, the getaway car by a private jet. And the mob boss? He's now an investor in real estate, sipping espresso on the balcony of a penthouse overlooking the Persian Gulf. Investigations by the Financial Action Task Force in recent years have hinted at billions of dollars in suspicious real estate activity tied to criminal syndicates. One report described Dubai as a global hub for illicit finance, hidden beneath legitimate investment. But the truth? It's more complicated than anyone wants to admit. The lines between organized crime and legitimate business have blurred so much that they're almost identical. Some of the biggest names in construction, banking, and real estate have unknowingly or willingly taken mob money. It funds skyscrapers, luxury resorts, even major sporting events. And every time a new building rises from the desert, part of it, just maybe, is built with the ghosts of Vegas. But here's the part that should make you think. The Mafia didn't just adapt, they evolved. They stopped running from the law, they started using it. They learned how to exploit the loopholes of global capitalism better than the bankers who wrote them. So when people say organized crime is dead, they're wrong. It's not dead, it's diversified. It's not hiding in smoky backrooms, it's hiding in luxury offices. It's sitting at shareholder meetings, not mob tables. The Mafia of 2025 doesn't need Tommy guns or casinos. It has investment portfolios, crypto accounts, and shell companies that span continents. It's a silent empire built on the foundations of greed and genius. And it all started with a dream in the desert, a dream called Las Vegas. And now that dream stretches across oceans, mirrored in the skyline of Dubai. So the next time you see a luxury tower rising from the sand, ask yourself, who's really paying for it? Because behind every shining facade, there's always a shadow. And some shadows never fade. If you enjoyed this story, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because next time, we're diving even deeper into the offshore world where crime, politics, and power merge into one global empire. This is Black Syndicate, and the truth is always built on something dirty.